I am Campbell Manahan. I am here. Gonna do my first ever podcast on the Substack. First ever solo pod for me. I've done a lot of podcasts in my life so far, but first ever just completely just me. Just talking whatever sports I want to talk about. Gonna post on the Substack and have a lot of fun. It is Monday, June 9th, currently 4 p.m. So anything that happens after, I know because I'm gonna talk a lot of World Cup today. I don't know the World Cup stuff that happens after. I do know about the Brazil-Japan game, and I will talk some about that. That was a phenomenal finish. I do also know about the Canada win, which is funny, good for Canada. They're making it through the top 16. Good for them. We know they're not really a top 16 team. We know they kind of had a cakewalk path to it, but good on them. Oh, Canada. Now, but I mean, Canada, come on. Your sport is hockey, and we, America, beat you in hockey. That's your sport, and we still beat you in it, so we don't really have to care about you too much. So we're going to talk that. I'm going to talk a little bit of the NBA trades, because I have some opinions about some of the NBA trades. But to tee off the NBA conversation, because I don't want to go too long in the NBA. I don't care enough about the NBA. I want to talk about this World Cup. This World Cup's been great. To tee off the NBA conversation, I would like to submit my case for why the Pacers are the most miserable team right now, despite the fact that they were in Game 7 of the NBA Finals just a year ago. We're miserable. This sucks. The Knicks winning the finals was just like the candle on the cake. That was the ending of it all. Like, that's where it's just brutal. But let's dive in here. We have the Paul George and Victor Oladipo injuries that I'd like to talk about. Those are just both terrible injuries. Paul George was our guy. Then he leaves. We now hate Paul George because he leaves us. Then Victor Oladipo gets injured. We love Victor Oladipo. He's a Hoosier. We didn't actually ever hate him. He leaves because of kind of our choice. After he just sucked after the injury. Paul George was actually really good after the injury. Isn't that good anymore, but had like 4 or 5 more good years in him. So it wasn't a basketball move. He wanted to leave us. We wanted to get rid of Victor Oladipo, unfortunately. But those injuries, just miserable injuries. Then it takes us a little bit. We have the Nate Bjorken year, the Nate McMillan years. We have Malcolm Brogdon era, Domantas Sabonis era. Like, we have some bad years where we just let me keep it a buck. We were ass. We have some years where we were ass, but we build it back up. We trade Sabonis for this point guard out of Sacramento, and Tyrese Halliburton, who just immediately was phenomenal for us and changed the whole trajectory of our franchise. All of a sudden, we have a guy who won't let us lose games. Like, we have to compete now. We can't tank. We have to compete. We start making decent draft picks. The Benedict Mathurin pick was a good pick. The Andrew Nembhard pick, phenomenal like value late in the draft. We make good trades. Aaron Nesmith, Obi Toppin, and then we trade for Pascal Siakam. All of a sudden, Pacers are looking way up. Everyone in the fan base knows this is a team that can compete, but we didn't really know what they were fully capable of until playoff time. We had already set the fact that we kind of had a bit of a bitter rivalry going on throughout the 2024. This is not even 2025 yet. 2024 regular season with the Bucks. And we beat them in 6. It was lovely. We go on to face the Knicks. Now, the Knicks obviously are the historic bitter rival. Hadn't been a rivalry for a few years, but historic rivalry. We hate the Knicks. Knicks hate us, mainly because we beat them most of the time, but they hate us nonetheless. We beat them. Beat them in 7 games. One of the most historic Game 7s in terms of just the ass beating that we put on them. Like, I mean, as the kids say, it was BTA. I mean, it was amazing. Phenomenal day. One of the best games, or just one of the most enjoyable games for me to witness as a sports fan. We just didn't miss. It was great. And then Halliburton gets injured in the ECF, Eastern Conference Finals. We were sad. We got swept. We were close in every game against the Celtics. It felt like we could compete with them. Without our closer, Halliburton, it was tougher in games 3 and 4. But we lost. But also, it felt like it was still a very successful year. We made the Eastern Conference Finals. That's awesome. All of a sudden, we're a top 4 team in the league. That's great. Like, great trajectory. Now we're feeling really good heading into next year. Halliburton has some injury issues to begin the year in 2025. We go to 10-15, I believe, is what our record was at one point. But then after that point, it flipped, and we were the second best team in the NBA from 25 games in all the way through to the 82nd game of the season. All the way through, second best team in the NBA. Only team better than us, the Oklahoma City Thunder. In the regular season, at least. We hit the playoffs. We beat the Bucks in 5. The Bucks are terrible. That rivalry's done. It was never even really a rivalry. They hated us because we're better than them, and that's about it. Then we go on to face Cleveland. Cleveland, the 1 seed. Cleveland should beat us, right? They're the 1 seed. I mean, they definitely should beat us. Little do you know, we were better than them in the second half of the year. And that's the thing they kind of forgot. They got cocky. We beat them. We move on in 5. But then we face the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks. The team we hate the most. We face them. This time does not go to 7. This time goes to 6. We beat them. Felt comfortable. Was not worried. Then we face the Thunder. This is the first time, as a Pacers fan, I was actually worried heading into the series. The Thunder, they're good. Win game 1. All of a sudden, I'm like, hold up. We're about to go win the NBA Finals. Lose game 2. I was like, that's fine. We won game 1. We stole it. We stole home court. Win game 3. I was there. One of the best nights of my life. Game 4. Starts the misery all over again. Why can't we have nice things? We had 1.5 fun years, NBA. 1.5 fun years. Halliburton. Injury hadn't even happened yet. We were still feeling good. Game 4, we just need to win. And Scott Foster is the ref. Now, Scott Foster has a bit of a nickname. We like to call him the Extender. Well, he extended the series. I mean, did his job. Thanks, NBA. Thank you, NBA. I might be ruining my chances to ever work for the NBA. I don't care. NBA, you cost us that game. You put in the referee, knowing what would happen. Did we choke at the end of the game? Yes. Should we have been up 40? Also, yes. We were only up 15 because of the referees. It was abysmal. Thank you, Scott Foster. I'm so thrilled that you got to referee that game. I'm really, really happy about it. Also, thank you, Miles Turner, for just being terrible this entire series. I'm not going to forget that. You were terrible this entire series. Have fun being on the Milwaukee Bucks led by Tyler Hero. If that's, yeah, have fun with that. The big 3 of Tyler Hero, I don't know, Kalo Ware, and Miles Turner. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's the one that people forget about, is the Scott Foster experience. Then everyone remembers Game 7, Tyrese Halliburton goes down, tears his Achilles. We lose that game because of it, pretty much. We would have won the game if he played the full game. We were going to win. We don't lose when Tyrese Halliburton scores 20 points, but that's not the world we live in. This is Pacers misery. I mean, yeah, that costs you the game. You lose. Tyrese Halliburton, he's now out for the entire next season, so now we suck in 2026. But at least our front office was able to do something smart. Trade Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, and 2 firsts, including a conditional on our first-round pick this year, where it was top 4 protected, and then a pick down the line. And then if we got our pick this year, then we'd also give them the 2031 pick. So they'd have the Clippers would have the 2029 and 2031. But in the world of we are miserable, we get Zubac at least, which I'm really happy we got Zubac. But the Pacers have still never moved up in the NBA lottery. Pacers were outside the top 4. Pacers get the 5th overall pick, which is also like the worst they could get. Pacers getting the 5th is just disgusting. It's the best for the Clippers. It's the worst for us because not only do we not get the pick, it's the best pick we don't get. So it really stinks. Like, it really rubs it in. Give us at least say screw it. Give us a 7th. I'll be like, yeah, I don't need the 7th overall pick. The 5th is like, we maybe could have used that, but nonetheless, This is what's happening to the Pacers. And then the Knicks also win the NBA Finals. So the real tragedy that the Pacers had to endure this year wasn't even the lottery. It was the fact that their bitter rivals get to win an NBA Finals, and nobody is talking about the real reason they won this Finals, which is not Mike Brown being replaced, or which is not Tibbs being replaced by Mike Brown. It is the fact that there's no Tyrese Halliburton. There's no Pacers. Those are the Knicks killers. They would have killed the Knicks. We would have beaten them in 5 or 6. This is what we do. We're here to do it. The Pacers' one job in the NBA is not to win championships. It's the Pacers' job in the NBA has been assigned to just beat the Knicks. This is what their job is. They're here to prevent the Knicks from getting a championship, but they weren't allowed to do that this year. They couldn't prevent the Knicks from getting an NBA championship, and no one else could because everyone else sucked. I mean, the Hawks are the team that did the best against them. Are you kidding me, Spurs? You made the NBA Finals and did worse than the Atlanta Hawks against the team you played. That's embarrassing. Yeah, that's really embarrassing. Nobody forget that, please. Nobody forget that. But yeah, that's my case on Pacers misery. I went longer there. I get roped in when I'm talking about Pacers. It happens. I love talking about Pacers. It pains me to say that this is just true. I think we're the most miserable right now. And sure, we have more success than the Kings. Maybe the Kings would trade places with us. But it's the fact that we should win and we do the right things. It's not the Kings are like dumb. The Kings organization is run poorly. The Pacers run their organization well and still don't get the good results. That is why we are the most miserable. It's not because we're just like it's because the reason we are the most miserable is because we are run well. And that's what people don't understand. We should have championships. We run our organization better than the Knicks do, who just won. We run our organization so well, and just the results don't follow. And it's just a real shame. But luckily, it's going to follow next year. We're going to win the NBA championship next year, and I'm going to be really happy about that. I probably will be talking about Pacers a whole lot on my platform, so just be prepared for that. I'm going to just continue to talk about this team all the time. And now I'd like to quickly brief on my opinion on the NBA trades. The Bucks trading Giannis, hilarious, to the Heat. For Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Yakachunas, and 3 first-round picks. Just not that great of a haul. Like, nobody's good that they're trading for. Tyler Hero is a fine player, but he's not a winning player. Like, the Heat were in the finals and kind of elected to just not play Tyler Hero because they know he's not a winning basketball player. Love it for the Heat, kind of. Because what else are they going to do? At least they can now sell tickets and say they have Giannis. I don't love it for the Heat because I don't think they're going to be that good. I think they're going to be like the 5th seed in the East. I don't think they're going to be that good. As a Pacers fan, I'm not scared of the Heat. So that's a thing. But yeah, so that one's kind of funny. And then the other one that I think is hilarious is LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball from the Hornets traded to the Timberwolves for Naz Reid. Good job on the Hornets to get a guy like Naz Reid, by the way. Naz Reid is a great guy. He's not going to lead your team, but he's a guy you need Naz Reids. To win the finals, you need a guy like Naz Reid. That do the dirty work and also are really good at that. Like, they're the best at doing the dirty work and also can shoot threes. That's the type of guy you need. And they got that guy. That is a good playoff player. So I really like that trade for the Hornets. I think they win. Because LaMelo, I do not think is a playoff player. I think him plus Anthony Edwards is a disastrous duo. I think the Timberwolves just gutted their big men core. They gutted Randall. They gutted Naz Reid. They have Gobert still, but that's about it. Like, they're too small. They're way too small. I saw like a projected start at 5, and I was like, whoa, you're running like 4, 6 and under guys, and then Rudy Gobert, and just praying that works. You need more size. You need a 6 foot. They need like a power forward. They need like a guy like Julius Randle, like a true 6'9" power forward or something. That's what they need. A guy like Julius Randle is probably what they need. So if only they could have a guy like Julius Randle, that might help them. So I think that the trade it's Minnesota getting desperate when they don't need to get desperate yet. They still have Anthony Edwards, who's awesome. It does make me wonder, do they know that Anthony Edwards kind of wants to leave soon? Like, are they getting desperate because Ant's like, if I don't win the next 2 years, I'm leaving Minnesota? That would be the only reason I could see them do. That's the only reason I think they would actually do this trade. Jaylen Brown will probably. I think he's not going to get traded. I think it's going to be all this smokescreen. They're going to talk. They're talking to people about the trade, and the Celtics at the end of the day are going to ask for too much, and Jaylen Brown will not be traded. Which I also think will cause maybe a bad season for the Celtics because the locker room vibes with Jaylen Brown now just being on the team again is going to be weird. It's going to be weird, but I'll be entertained by it, so I'm okay with that. But I think that's enough for me talking about the NBA. Jeez, I went for 15 minutes in the NBA. That's a lot. I'm sorry that I just went for that long in the NBA. That's maybe too much. The NBA maybe doesn't deserve that. Let's talk about the World Cup. The World Cup is awesome. I am not going to claim to be a soccer expert. I'm going to claim I'm an amateur soccer watcher. And yes, it's called soccer. But if we win the World Cup, if the U.S. wins the World Cup, I'm a soccer expert, okay? I live in the best soccer country in the world, and I watch every USA game. So all of a sudden, I think if I watch the best team in the best soccer country in the world, that makes me kind of an expert. So I will become a soccer expert if / when the U.S. wins the World Cup. I will be a soccer expert. But Team USA surely lost their freaking bowl game or Week 18 game when we were closing the playoffs in the NFL. They lost that to Turkey, whatever you want to call it. Like, whatever useless game you want to call it, preseason even. We lost that game. Fine. Good job, Turkey. You guys got to win. Have fun on your flight home. I mean, they already are home. They're home. They're back in Turkey. So, that's fun for them. Good job. You guys got to win against, I mean, that's a great achievement. You did get a win against the World Cup champions. So, that's impressive. They got to beat the World Cup champions. So I think that's great. But like, I'm currently looking at an ESPN page for the US that says first in World Cup. If you look at the bracket, USA, the US of A. We were the best team in our group. It wasn't even really close. We were just better than every team in our group. Now we get to play Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's a great matchup. I'm a little bit worried that we had to play both Bosnia and Herzegovina. Doesn't seem quite fair. But I think we can manage. Like, as long as we can unite some states together, I think we can beat Bosnia and both Bosnia and Herzegovina as long as we can unite some states. I think it's fair. I've seen some people think it's probably not fair. It might not be fair, but I'm gonna go with it's fair, just because I'm a fan of this tournament. But yeah, I mean, the Canada South Africa game. Congrats, Canada! You guys got you're in the round 16, but the big guys are coming for you. Netherlands and Morocco are playing tonight at 9:00. I'm going to give some predictions for these games. That's kind of what I'm wanting to do, but so I'll get into that. I'll predict that game. I mean, as a member, well, eventually I will be a soccer expert. Currently a soccer amateur. Eventually I will be soccer expert. But right now I'll provide a prediction from the amateur, like the casual viewer providing predictions. But so Canada, you moved on. Brazil, Japan was a phenomenal game. I was pulling for Japan. I wanted Japan to win. I don't know. They're more fun. Brazil's kind of easy to hate, I feel like. Not like hate, but like, I feel like they're easy to hate. Amongst the South American teams, they're the team that everyone in South America hates, which makes it easy for me to hate them. I don't even know how that works, but it does. Like, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, it just does work. So, I'm not super happy they won. I'm not shocked they won either. Japan is good. But Japan's down their best player. Japan did go up 1-0, but Brazil came striking back and then got the kill shot in the 95 plus 5th minute. Sure, Japan had like 3 to 4 more minutes of play after that, but yeah, I mean, just a brutal goal. Great job by Brazil. That Martinelli goal at the end, it was wonderfully set up. They've been getting really close to scoring a goal. It felt like they were going to get the goal, but it felt like, what if Japan sneaks one instead? Like, Japan's still holding on here. What if they sneak one by? I was going to get real excited, start jumping up and down. Didn't happen. Did not happen. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, really fun game though still. Good job, Brazil. They're still going to have a tough one, especially if Norway beats Ivory Coast. Holland versus Brazil. Erling Holland versus Brazil is intriguing. I love that matchup. So, all right. I'm now just looking at the bracket. We got Germany, Paraguay. Heck, it might have even started because it's currently 4:30. So this game might have just started. So I'll go watch this after I'm done recording. But I'm gonna say Germany gets a comfortable win. I think this game is one. If you're gonna skip a game today, if you need a midday nap, take the nap at 4:30 because there's more to watch later. So Germany, I think, is gonna move on. I think then they're gonna have France versus Sweden. I do think Sweden sneakily keeps this closer than people expect. I think people kind of expect France to just crush. I'm looking, they're minus 370 favorite. That's pretty huge. I think Sweden puts up a fight. I still think France wins. But I think like 3-2. Like, I think Sweden actually scores some goals here. I think Sweden's going to get some goals, but France still wins. I think Mbappe has 2 of their 3 goals, and I think France moves on to France versus Germany in the round of 16. That's a sexy matchup, but we'll get there later. But Netherlands versus Morocco. I was just introing this. That's going to be an awesome game. You got the Orange Men. You get the best team in Africa. Head to head. It's kind of unfair that they both had to play in the first round when Canada and South Africa had to play each other in the first round. But nonetheless, I think that's going to be the best game. That might be the best game of the round of 32. That might be the best game of the round of 32. I'm predicting overtime. I'm hoping for penalties because that'll be fun. I'm hoping like 2-2 and then goes to penalties. I'm going to trust the Orangemen, though. Morocco's really good. And I'm not going to like discredit them. But I like what I'm seeing out of Netherlands recently. I know they tied with Japan. Japan's not bad. I like what I saw out of Netherlands in the last 2 games. So I'm going to trust Netherlands. Think they move on. And I think they destroy Canada in the next round. So I think Netherlands is getting a really good... If they can get through Morocco, they're going to feel really good about the quarterfinal. Like, they're going to feel great about that. So that's the good part for them. So, yeah, I got Netherlands moving on. Portugal, Croatia. Another phenomenal one, by the way. Also a sexy matchup, dare I say. Portugal should be favored because of the talent. They are the more talented team. I think Croatia puts it together better in this game. I think Portugal is super talented, but Ronaldo weighs them down a little bit because they have to play through him. Like, I mean, he's their guy. He's their star. He's their guy, but he's not that good anymore. They have a lot more talent around him, but I think he's going to weigh it down. I think he's going to miss his opportunities. I think Croatia sneaks out a 2-1 victory. I think Croatia's damn good also. The Croatia's made back-to-back semis, right? So, like, they're good. Croatia's really good. They lost to England, but England's good also. So, Croatia, I think they get the win, and that might shock some people. It might piss off some Ronaldo fans, but I'm all here for that. I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I'm a Messi guy. I think Messi's the GOAT. I think it's easy to say that. It's really easy to say that when you watch this World Cup also. Just every time, as a soccer casual, every time I watch Lionel Messi play, I'm like, oh, he just is the best in the world. It's just so clear. Even at age 38, he still feels like the best in the world. He's just the best. He's so good. Everything he does is correct. He never makes a mistake. It's beautiful. He made one mistake, actually, technically. He made a penalty kick. He missed a penalty kick. And the commentators go on for 10 minutes about how they're still flabbergasted that Messi just missed a penalty kick because he does not do that. He might get blocked, but he doesn't miss. So, yeah, I mean, I'm always going to go with Messi. But, so I think Ronaldo and Portugal lose, upset to Croatia. Spain, Austria. Spain had a slow start to this tournament, but Cabo Verde is not actually that bad, is what we've learned. Cabo Verde's time machine. So, Spain, Austria, not going to be that good of a game. Like, you can also, it's a 3 p.m. game, take a midday nap. You can take a midday nap on July 2nd. It's okay. You don't need to watch this one. Because there's some other games, like later game, 7 o'clock, Portugal, Croatia. Need to watch that one. You don't need to watch Spain, Austria, unless you get the alert on your phone that all of a sudden Austria's close. If Austria's close, you need to watch it. I don't think Austria's going to be close. Spain moves on 3-1, 4-1. I could see it getting ugly. USA versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. Doesn't seem fair, but I think we win comfortably. I think we were embarrassed that we gave up 2 or 3 goals to Turkey. I get that we had our weakness is defense. let's get that clear. I've been saying Chris Richards is the most important player on our team simply because he's the best defender on our team. Tim Reams also may be really important. He's our captain, but I don't think he's not better than Chris Richards. He's a captain. He's our leader, but he's 38. He's not the best player. But Chris Richards, vitally important. This defense, it's vitally important. You got to hold teams because we're going to score goals. I think we can score goals against everyone. We are good enough to score goals against everyone now. I can confidently say that. So you need to be able to hold them off for a little bit. Like, all I'm really asking is that, like, just don't give up 3 goals. Give up 2. But I think July 1st, which I'll be in Chicago watching at a sports bar. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think I'm going to probably maybe even go live after. Could be fun. But I'm definitely going to write about it, if not record about it. But it could be a lot of fun. I mean, you got to go the US of A. USA. 3-0. Let's go. 3-0. Get us back. Belgium, Senegal. It's a good one. This will be our opponent. I think Belgium's going to win. I think Belgium's more talented. But I think it gets ugly. I think 1-0. I think it's an ugly one. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to ride with. 1-0 Belgium. Ugly game. They score in like the 75th minute. And then just hold on for dear life. We already saw Brazil-Japan. Brazil won. Ivory Coast-Norway. Great game. Really fun. I think Norway wins because we haven't had an Erling Haaland hat trick yet. Let's see it. Erling Haaland hat trick, 3-2 Norway. Great game. Mexico, Ecuador. A lot of fun. Ecuador's had a great crowd consistently in this World Cup, but Mexico is in Mexico City. Mexico's going to win. 2-0. Mexico, the crowd rallies them. They win. And they're going to take out England because I think England beats Congo DR. They beat Congo. Like, that's not very hard for them. They will win that game. They're going to win 2-0, 3-0. They might make it ugly even. They might even win only 1-0. But they're just going to win. And that sets up a Mexico versus England in Mexico City. Oh, that's a beautiful game. That's beautiful. Oh, we love that. Now, you hate it as a U.S. fan. Those are 2 teams you can't root for. You can't root for England. You definitely can't root for Mexico. But I think I'd root for Mexico. I think I'd root for Mexico. I'm sorry. Sue me. I think I'd root for Mexico in that one. It'd just be cool. It'd be cool. Take down England. Then you got Argentina versus Cape Verde. Or Cape Verde, Cabo Verde, whatever you want to say, really. So Cape Verde has been the tie machine. They're kind of the darling of the World Cup so far, with the tie against Spain. Then they tied against everyone else. They made it through, though. We love that. We love that they made it through. So, because they are a tie machine, I mean, this is the biggest deficit, by the way. It's a minus 575 favorite. Let's go to overtime in this game. They're the tie machine. After 90 full minutes of regulation, it's going to be tied. 1-1, 2-2. I don't care. Cabo Verde has magic about them. Let's see it. And then Argentina wins in overtime. Messi scores a goal in overtime. Argentina wins 3-2. Or 2-1. But Cabo Verde, fun time. Happy to be here, Cabo Verde. So a lot of fun for them. Huge success. Great story. But they get bounced. Australia versus Egypt. I don't really care about this matchup. The Kangaroos, I guess, is who I ride with. Another one that just doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But maybe it does, because I'll tell you what. If I'm Colombia, I'm in love with where I am on the bracket. Colombia's region of 4 teams. If I'm Argentina, I love it. If I'm Argentina, my region of 4 teams is Cabo Verde, Australia, Egypt. That's easy for them. And if I'm Colombia, Ghana, so your first opponent is then Switzerland or Algeria. I love that. I love it. Now, don't get too confident, because I'm going to give my prediction here. So I think Australia wins. Kangaroos move on. They make it dirty, as they did against the USA game. They win 1-0. They make it ugly game against Egypt, but they win. They'll lose to Argentina, though. Don't worry about that. Switzerland versus Algeria. Let's go Swiss. They're peaceful. Nice people. Good place. Beautiful mountains. Beautiful land. Maybe they're good at soccer. They won their group. Their group was easy. Canada was in that group. Their group was easy. Canada got second place in that group. I don't think I need to say more about that group. But let's go Switzerland. And Colombia versus Ghana. I think it's a little sneaky. Ghana tied England. They're silently sneaky in this game. But I think Colombia wins. I think it's going to be like 2-1. Like, Colombia wins, but they don't feel good about it. Like, they should have won by more, and they only win by 1. And it's worrying, and then they face Switzerland, and Switzerland, I think, is going to take them down. I think Switzerland wins. I'm not going to go through every other game and predict, but I will predict a Final Four here, if I may. Can I predict the Final Four, and then I'll predict every matchup in the Final Four. So I do think, I'm now looking at the past, I do think France makes it, okay? I think France makes it to the quarterfinal for sure. I think they're going to make it to the semis. So I think France makes it through. But I definitely think the USA makes it through. We can beat Spain. We can beat, I don't know, Portugal, Croatia, Belgium, Senegal. We could beat those teams. And we do. We're going to beat them. It's on our turf. This is our World Cup. Sport's called soccer. And we win the World Cup. Okay? So we're going to the semifinals. To win the World Cup, you got to go to the semifinals. So we're going to be in the semifinals now, which is the best season we've ever had. Best World Cup we've ever had. So Brazil's already won a game. It's easy to say Brazil. It's easy to say England. I think this is where this is the region here in this 32 team bracket. It's fun. I don't think it's going to be what you expect. Mexico's going to beat England. Okay, so Mexico's going to be in the quarterfinals. They're going to face Brazil in the quarterfinal, and unfortunately for Mexico, Brazil will win. Okay, I'm trying to talk it up like I think Mexico will win. They're not going to win. But it's going to be close. They're going to have a heartbreaking loss to Brazil. Okay, Brazil will win 2-1 in the fashion they beat Japan. Like, they will win because of a goal in the final 2 minutes of the game. That's what they're going to do. They're going to do that. It'll be heartbreaking for Mexico. So Brazil's moving on through. And then I do think Argentina. Argentina is the easy pick. I think they make it through. I think Argentina has a great region here. The teams that Argentina has to face, Colombia is probably the toughest, but I think Switzerland's dangerous a little bit. They're not scared of those teams. They're going to win. So now you have a semifinal, of France versus USA. Really tough for us to win that. And then Argentina versus Brazil. Argentina versus Brazil will be one of the most heated matchups. If you don't know about that, those countries hate each other. The South American countries are not like if we use a college football analogy, they're not the Big Ten. They don't root for other South American teams. They're the SEC. They hate the guts of every other team in their continent. So these teams hate each other the most. They're the top dogs. They're the alphas. They fight for everything. They're going to hate each other in this game. Hateful game. Argentina comes out on top, though. Argentina makes their second straight final. And then you have the US of A versus France. And now I know everyone would predict France to win. And I know they should win. But there's something about this American team. There's something about them. And it's something about this country. This is all happening around our 250th birthday. We host the World Cup. And we win the World Cup. The USA takes down France. And moves on to the final. They take down France probably in penalties. Like, this is going to be one of the best games ever. 3-3. Goes to penalties. Beat them there. I'll probably like die from a heart attack already. Like, I'm already going to be on the ground dying, but then I'll be resurrected once we win. It'll be a great time. But yeah, that's going to happen. Like, I'm sorry. I'm from the future. It's going to happen. I am from the future. The USA win the World Cup because now the USA face Argentina. Argentina, damn good. Been here before. Knows what to do. Knows how to win. But there's something about America. Nothing on paper says we should beat them, but we've already beaten all these other teams that nothing on paper says we should. USA, America, land of the free. We take down Argentina, 2-1, 3-2. Messi's final game under those colors. We take him down. Messi's American, by the way. Now he lives in America. He helps out us in this case. Okay, Messi likes us more because he lives here now. So we take him down. Messi gets like an honorary trophy for not scoring a goal. We win the World Cup. Because why not? Why not? Why not us? Why not America? I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun. This tournament's been amazing. I am going to continue to cover it, going to continue talking about it. I love it. It's so much fun. Just look for more podcasts on the Substack coming out. Look for more. I mean, I'm just going to, if there's ever something I want to write about, I'll write about it. If there's ever something I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. I don't care what I talk about. I could talk about something that's not sports. I don't know. Maybe I will. But right now, a lot of fun. A lot of fun in this World Cup. Really enjoying it. I'm gonna stop recording here because I want to go watch this Germany-Paraguay game. I'm just having a lot of fun with the World Cup, and I want to continue having fun with the World Cup. And that game's 22 minutes in, and I want to go sit down and watch it. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna have to leave you guys. But look out for more content on this page. And let's have a lot of fun. All right. Go USA. Go Pacers. Obviously, go IU. IU football is gonna repeat as national champions probably. If you can't see here, you can't see here. We won the national title game, if you didn't know. They're going to do it again. They probably will. I mean, they might as well. But a lot of fun here. I'll catch you all later.